Welcome back, fellas. Let's put this in the ether. Talking to women, right? It's like talking to a brick wall. They're not gonna listen to you. First of all, majority of women right now, majority of modern day women, they don't respect men. If they won't respect men, what makes you think they'll listen to men? Alright? They're not gonna listen to you. They're not gonna ever talk to you. So my solution is you just don't conversate with them. Don't argue with them. You walk away from them, right? I say this repeatedly all the time. You don't conversate with a woman. You don't try to prove anything to a woman, right? You don't try to persuade a woman. They're always going to be their way. Is either their way or the highway. They're not going to capitulate to anything a guy said. They're not going to believe anything a guy said, because the thing is, unfortunately, most modern women don't respect men. And when they don't respect men, they will not listen to men. If they don't respect men, they will not hear men out. They will not hear men's point of view if they don't respect men, right? So in order for us to make our presence known, you don't conversate with them, don't argue with them, let them speak among themselves, let them suffer, right? That's how you handle most of these modern women. They want to be confrontational for no reason. They want to cause havoc, cause chaos for no reason, right? And if that's the case, it's pointless for you trying to persuade them or hearing your side of the story out. They always stick to their ways. It's like talking to a brick wall all the time. Right? You're only gonna bring yourself miseries, headaches, right? Try to understand where they're coming from, right? You're not gonna change their opinion. They will always not understand what you're trying to say. One mindset is like a constant what? It goes in a constant speed over and over and over and over. Well, no matter what you say, they're still trying to understand what you're trying to say. If they can't understand a simple way as you put it, they will never understand it. No matter what their background, no matter what kind of education they have, no matter, oh, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor, no matter how you say it, well, from our point of view, how men want to describe how men struggle, they're not going to say it. They're not going to figure it out. Because most women out there don't respect men. They don't. Why do you think they put men in the toilet? Discredit men. Try to change the law to destroy men, right? Found divorces at a high rate because they don't care about men. They're not going to listen to men. They don't respect men, right? This is why there are a lot of men suffering, struggling. If they won't admit that even men are struggling, why even try to conversate with them? You don't. You just worry about yourself. Let them be lonely forever, right? Men, like I said, men can handle loneliness. Men can be alone. It's them the one that's struggling with being loneliness. They're the one that can't handle it. So what you do is to let them argue amongst themselves, right? Let them talk among themselves, because that's what they want. They want this engagement. You disengage with them. You don't talk to them, right? It's like talking to an airhead. There's nothing getting through to that, right? It's nothing you can say will make her try to validate your point or try to understand where you're coming from. And I see a lot of men doing this, arguing with women, right? You should not be arguing with women. A woman not try to be arguing with you. They go against everything a woman should do or anything a guy should do. You're now, look, a man is up to this level, right? A woman's on this level. By you arguing with a woman, you bring yourself down to her level. You don't do that. You're a male. You're supposed to be on a higher level, higher playing field than her. Trying to convince her of this, right? And she will not capitulate or understand what you're trying to say. That will only lead to her downfall. Let her lead to her downfall, right? Right? You could tell her something basic and she's not gonna reciprocate with that. Most of them won't, right? They have to learn the hard way for them to understand. So what you do? All right, you don't listen to me? Go ahead, do what you want to do. That's why a lot of them regret having multiple mates, having baby out of wedlock, having all these stuff. Regret their decision in life. Regret for divorcing their husband. Regret for this, that, and that. Have a series of regretsments, right? They have to learn through hard times. They have to learn through suffering. By you debating with her, talking to her, trying to convince her of all this, that, and the third, etc., right? You're only making yourself suffer. You're only putting yourself through misery, putting yourself through hell, right? You don't argue with them, right? If they're so smart, they figure it out. Let them figure it out. They're the one who's want to appear to be the most superior Sex. They want to put themselves out there as more successful, as more superior, more better than men. Let them have that title. Let's see what they think is truly factual or not. Right? Go ahead, by all means. Let them think that they take on men in a boxing competition. Right? Let them think they could play men in sports. Let them think that. Right? They have to learn through the hard way. Right? By their actions. And they have to experience by their actions. Right? By you coming down to their level is doing you a disservice. It's making you look weak. Right? By you making yourself look stronger is not to come to their level. Not try to argue with them. Right? Stay silent. Let them talk among themselves. Usually when they talk the most, it shows them how ignorant they are. How stupid they are. Right? And they always want the last word, thinking the last word is a sign of victory. They think that having the last word, it means that they win the argument. No, just because you have the last word doesn't mean your argument is validated. Right? Your argument is true or factual. That means you just have the last word. That's it. There's no meaning, nothing of significance when a person has the last word. Let them have the last word. Right? You just don't argue with them. I don't go in life to life looking for an argument, looking for a debate with a woman. I don't try to conversate that with a woman. I don't transfer my energy to them. By them trying to debate you, now they're sending their bad vibes into you. Right? They're casting the bad vibration into you. Right? You don't engage with them, you ignore them, whatever they're saying. If you're wrong, fine, you're wrong. At least you're not listening to their flaw argument. They're not flawless, all right? They're not perfect. No one's perfect, right? But yet again, you do not argue with them. That's not what men do. Men argue with women. It leads to a bad wormhole. It leads to a bad... You're going down to a deep rabbit hole you don't want to go on into. Right? Now you're going to have all these elements that might happen. It might lead to domestic violence, all these physicalities, right? Then you have to deal with legalities. Right? This is the consequences when you deal with women, when you argue with women. You don't want to do that. If a woman will continue an argument with you, just stay quiet. Move into another room. That's the best solution. You don't argue with them. Because you don't argue with people who don't respect you. And unfortunately, most women out there don't respect men. Most modern day women out there don't respect men. Right? They don't respect our value. They don't respect our perspective. They don't respect our opinions. So if they don't respect anything about men, why even engage with them in the first place? Why even have a constructive conversations? Right? There's no way of getting through the thick skulls about what we feel, how we dealt things, how we take care of things. We gotta show them by our own actions. Walk away from them. Don't engage. Right? Don't validate them. By you engage with them, you're validating them. Right? And that's what they want. They want validations. You don't give them any of these kind of stuff, right? And I see time after time, guys want to argue and debate with women. I was like, you're going about this the wrong approach, very wrong approach by arguing with them. And they will always think that they're smarter than men. They would never take the defeat. They never take the L, right? Even though we understand, most men understand they're nothing but L's. That's why they call them ladies, L's, right? So, if you're in that situation, man, just walk away. There's no point in proving yourself to a woman, right? You'll be a better man, a strong man, a man in a higher position if you just walk away from them, not argue with them, because you're subjugating yourself to a lower form, right? You're better than that. You're a better being. Men are better, superior morally, mentally, physically better than women. If they refuse to accept that, fine, by all means, go ahead. Let them live in the world of denial. Because women are out there right now. Modern day women are very delusional. They think they're right all the time. Can never accept defeat. Right? Can never take it. Can never admit that they're wrong. Right? Guys will admit they're wrong. We have no problem. Because we don't care about who have the last words. Right? We don't give a damn about that. Right? For some reason they do. Having the last word. Right? So the point is, right? Do the best you can not to argue with them. You don't have to explain nothing to her. You don't have to convince women of anything. It's not within your duty. If she can't comprehend what you're saying, that's our fault. That's not my fault. That's not our fault. If she can't understand what we're saying, that's a personal problem. That's not our fault. Let her deal with it. Let her deal with her own insanity, right? But on that note, guys, let me know what you think, right? Do you argue with a woman, right? Does it matter having the last word? Does it? I mean, is it worth arguing with a group of people that don't respect men? Let me know if you agree, right? Leave a comment below because I want to know. But if you like my channel, I drop videos daily, and you want to support my channel, like, share, subscribe. On that note, guys, as always, peace and blessings.